What's up? What's up? All right, episode 367. 367. All right, the TheFaisonViewPodcast. We back. All right, no breaks off. All right. Hey, my picks. All right, make sure you guys put these picks in. My picks for the day. All right, we got NFL divisional. All right, round. I got the Ravens over the Texans. All right, I have the 49ers over Green Bay. I also have the Bills over the Chiefs. I feel like this is the Bills' year to get over the Chiefs. And I feel like if Josh Allen don't beat the Chiefs this time, I feel like they're going to break that Bills team up. The Bucks versus Detroit. I got Detroit. I got Detroit as well. A Super Bowl that I really want to see. I know everybody wants to see the Ravens and the 49ers. I want to see the Ravens and the Lions. Like, their 30-year drought. Man, it's been a lot going on with that organization. Now they got it all together. Dan Campbell. I want to see that. I want to see Lamar get a Super Bowl. If Lamar get a Super Bowl, it's no question that he's a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. And he's only 26 years old. And it's about to be his second MVP. I got that. So those are my picks. All right, those are my picks for this weekend. Like I said, Baltimore over the Texans. That's going to be a good game. All right, I got the Lions over the Bucks. I got the Bills over the Chiefs. I feel like they get it done this year. And also, it's 49ers over Green Bay. All right. Green Bay shocked the world last week, but not to me. I already knew that was going to be Dallas. But I feel like this is where Green Bay stops. 49ers, they just have too much. They just got too much going for them. All right. And let's start it off, guys. Let's start it off. Snoop Dogg offered $100 million to join OnlyFans. What would you do? All right. What would you do? All right, $100 million to join OnlyFans. Hey, it's 100 M's at the end of the day. It's 100 M's at the end of the day. Snoop Dogg reasoning was basically saying, look, I got a black wife. And everybody was just like, I mean, they ain't never stopped you before. You feel me? But respect to the icon Snoop Dogg. But in my opinion, it's a good question. Would you join? Like, I feel like people don't have an understanding that OnlyFans is not just for that content. A lot of people go there just for that content, though. It's become that. But you can make other content. You can make a show out of it or anything. But if they were asking me to make that content, that's when the conversation get tough. Because 100 M's, M&M's, I believe that, all money ain't good money. But 100 M's, I don't know. I don't see a lot of people denying 100 M's, man. Sure. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to get it how I live, in my honest opinion. But I feel like I would make other content. I would have like a talk show that may be like exclusive content, but like a talk show. I would do other things in that realm if I was to get off 100 M's to join OnlyFans. I wouldn't want to just join OnlyFans to make that exclusive type of content. If that's what they were asking me to make, then it's a decision I have to make. Then that's a decision, because 100 million can change not the lives of just myself and in my household, but my whole family and my loved ones. I could build businesses off of that. So if I was offered 100 mil, I don't know, man. I'm gonna be saying, run me my money, run me my coin. If you guys were offered 100 mil to join OnlyFans, what would you do? All right, what would you do? And you had to make that content in which in which OnlyFans is really marketed as. What would you ultimately do? Like I said, if they wasn't asking me to do that type of exclusive content, then easily I'll join, because I can make different type of content, just like Patreon. If you know what Patreon is, you can just make exclusive content, bring subscribers, bring people to your platform. So it was just funny coming from Snoop Dogg, because we know Snoop Dogg's brand. You know what I'm saying? This is the same. Come on, this is the same Snoop Dogg with Doggy Style. You feel me? Like gin and juice. And Snoop Dogg, he gives out the aura of like, respectfully a pimp. You feel me? Like that's the era he comes from. So like him saying like, I'm surprised. If I'm Snoop, I'm taking that offer. For sure. Because that money right there, man, is different. But like we just said, all money ain't good money, but it just depends on who it is. I mean, I just know 100 million is 100 million. You feel me? 100 million is 100 million. So I don't know what you would do, but if I was in that position, I think I'm taking that 100 million. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I'm taking that 100 million. Speaking of pimps, all right, a pimp named Slickback. Katt Williams, man, freestyle response to Ludacris. That freestyle was so funny. He added some truth in there. It was just so funny because it was a collect call. I don't know if you know, Suge Knight has a podcast out that's really gaining traction and becoming popular. And Suge Knight and Katt Williams do have a history. So he was just rapping and talking about Ludacris. It was funny. He hid a lot of truth in there. He was talking about, Ludacris holding hands with Quincy Jones. he was talking about, the Fast and Furious. How he got his claim to fame, and him and Ludacris cutting his hair, basically cutting his hair to really change the plateau of his career. You know what I'm saying? Katt Williams, man, come on now. We already talked about it. This is it. This is the year of Katt Williams. This is the year of Katt Williams. The credit he always deserved, this is the credit he's starting to get. And you can say whatever you want about the response, whatever, it's corny, whatever. That joke was actually funny as I don't know what. And what was funnier is that I thought, like, I didn't know. When I heard it, I didn't know he was on Suge Knight podcast. But when I heard it, I'm just like, this man in jail dropping bars, the collect call. Bro, I was out of here over that one. But like we said, it's the year of Katt Williams, for real. Like, so that doesn't surprise me. I feel like a lot of the truth is starting to come out as far as all these different type of celebrities. That's why we always got to watch who we pick as role models or look up to. You feel me? I feel like we all have a choice, but a lot of people are so envious of other celebrities and what they got. Man, look here. Majority of these celebrities had to do something in them back rooms to get to where they are now. And that's what Katt Williams has just been trying to say. And that needs to be echoed more, honestly, because it's false prophets out here. That's just the reality of it. It's false prophets out here. All right. So another thing I wanted to talk about is in regards to social media. I do feel like social media should have an age limit. I feel like social media should have an age limit because of what's going on today. You got people under the age of 16 doing a lot of different stuff. A lot of this the epidemic with the car stealing, the Kia, all that other stuff comes from the social media platforms they're on. And kids are going to be more impressionable with new things that are coming out, new things that are going on. So I do feel like it should be more of a background check on social media in regards to like kids being on social media, or it should be a set time limit. Like, I do feel like the age of 16 or 15 is when you should probably be allowed to have a social media. Like, I feel like social media, it just exposes a lot. It exposes a lot. No matter what platform you're on, it just exposes a lot of information. And as parents, it's just like, when they have a phone, it's like not so much parental things that you can do in that regards, because they're just being exposed to anything. I see now like little kid games and stuff like that have a lot of, nasty things going on within their platforms. So you gotta watch these things for real. And then and honestly, with social media, like, people can make fake pages, at any given time. And that is just dangerous as far as like kids go, in kids regards. It's just like, you can get DMs and DM requests and people faking and people catfishing. I do feel like an age limit should be put on social media. Some states are starting to do it, like implementing parental controls, and also like implementing the time limit kids spend. But also too, like, say if I'm a kid under 16, I could easily just falsify my information, and that's what a lot of them do now. Like, just, okay, agree to the terms and conditions. I feel like it just needs to be a more strict policies to get on social media. Like, even adults, like, are, what I'm saying? You see how that affects adults. So the kids are even way more affected by it. That's one thing that's been bothering me about what's been going on with these carjackings, like the breaking into cars and joyriding. A lot of this stuff is learned. We always say like YouTube University, TikTok University is very knowledgeable, but it could be, it could be dangerous for, depending on who's watching. And it doesn't matter what age, but it could be dangerous based on who's watching for real. Another thing I want to talk about, all right, right or wrong, this is with what the podcast is based on today is right or wrong. All right, right or wrong, y'all let me know. If your friend, all right, so your best friend, your close friend, years later attempt to either date or sleep with your ex, is that wrong? In my point of view, in my opinion, that's dead wrong. I feel like that's not truly your friend if your best friend or one of your friends try to, like your best friend, like your bro or your sis, whatever you want to say, tries to date or sleep with your ex. And it makes you, and it really makes you start to think like, well, dag, when I was in a relationship, were you looking at them in that type of way? And whoever the person is, as far as like the ex, they don't owe any loyalty to you. Y'all not together anymore. But the friend, that's a pivotal part right there. The friend aspect is where it get nasty. I feel like that's nasty work. I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't have an understanding of what loyalty actually is. And I'm a very loyal person, especially to my friends. Like, I have a big heart. And I feel like that's nasty, like to share. And I just be like, bro, it's so many people in this world. Why you want to be with my ex or sleep or date with my ex? That's just good. That's goofy behavior to me. And then I feel like even if that said friend asks like permission, it's still nasty because it's just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like that's weird. Even if, and also put it in perspective, I'll say this. So say if your best friend, your bro, whatever the case may be, or your sis, all right, they knew this said person before you did. They hooked you guys up, whatever the case may be. That still doesn't give the right of passage to you to date my ex or to be close or buddy with my ex like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's certain boundaries that need to be set. And if y'all were friends, then cool. If y'all remain friends, y'all remain friends. Even though that kind of, I wouldn't say if your friend knew that person before, then yeah, remain friends is cool. But like sleeping or dating with your friend, I feel like y'all not friends. Y'all not truly friends. I feel like the trust factor is already done in that because, like we said, the person that, you know, the ex, whoever that ex is, they don't owe you any loyalty. Like, y'all not together anymore. You're going to do whatever, and you know what I'm saying? And life moves on. But also, I just feel like it's so many people that getting these type of situations and really don't know how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and me, I just feel like you should distance yourself from that friendship. It's simple as that. I don't think that is truly your friend if they're trying to date or sleep with your ex. Now, say if it's just somebody that you used to talk to, wasn't really serious, or you just was talking to, okay, and then I feel like that's, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's fair game. It's many situations where it's just like, okay, that's fair game if you know, you and this person, y'all were talking for a little bit, whatever the case may be. But I feel like dating and getting in a relationship and your best friend or your, you know what I'm saying, or somebody you close with actually slept with your ex, that is wrong. That is wrong. Right or wrong, like, y'all let me know. Is that right or wrong? I feel like that's dead wrong. Even asking permission is dead wrong to me. Because it's just like in this, while we were friends, you were looking at my girl at that time a certain way. You feel me? Like that's weird to me. Like I don't believe in that type of stuff. You feel me? Like I ain't never, like, in regards to my friends, the people that are my true friends, I would never ever even look at their partner even in that way. Like at all. At all. Once you're together and once you and say if you break off with that person, that has nothing to do with me. I'm good. I'm great off of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just nasty. Like, and I shouldn't even have to, like, and then I've been in situations where, like, some of my friends, like, we're friends with, you know, my said ex, and that's cool. But I ain't never have a situation to where one of my friends spend the block or slept or date with one of my exes. That, yeah, because they wouldn't truly be my friend if that was the case. If that was the case, and I feel like that's something that goes into a lot of these conversations within relationships when talking about the friends and the best friends. I feel like I have an understanding of that, like, especially as I got older. A lot of people grind me. Like, a lot of people really are envious too and want what you got. You know what I'm saying? And, like, can't separate from that. And I never understood that why can't you just get somebody else? You feel me? Like, it's so many other people in the world. I never understood that. So I do believe that is dead wrong. If your friend or your bro or your sis years later attempts to date or sleep with your ex, that's dead wrong. That's dead wrong. I feel like it was never any loyalty if that's the case. For sure. I ain't never want to cross them type of lines. Never want to cross them type of lines. Recently, it was talked about. It was going viral about DMV being the worst tippers, being the worst tippers as far as the Square app. So the question leads to: do you tip when somebody simply takes your order at a fast food restaurant or store? And my answer and response is sometimes. I feel like to tip somebody, if it has to be a legit service, not just me. Okay, well, you take my order, and then also you just take my order, or I'm at a store and you just turn over the pad and I'm just signing something, whatever. You didn't really give me a service. So I feel like, yes, in any other type of way, like service, I'm tipping regardless. Like, okay, because that person works hard, wherever they at, they deserve their money as well too. And I feel like that's just the generous thing to do. But in regards to me, just like at a fast food restaurant or like at a store, like, I'm not just about to just tip, okay, well, $5, $10, $15. And depending on where you go, like, it's inflation. Like, food is expensive nowadays anyway. Like, food is mad expensive. And for you to be like, okay, well, let me write this tip. I understand it. Like I said, I will tip. But it depends on a certain situation. Like, if I'm at a fast food restaurant or a certain store and y'all just turning the pad to me and y'all not really giving me a service, then I'm not about to tip. You know what I'm saying? I that's my opinion on it. I don't feel like every situation it should be a tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that. I do feel like you should tip if you're at a restaurant or you're provided a service in any type of magnitude. You're provided an excellent service. Yes, you should tip. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I do feel like you should tip. I never understood people that just don't tip at all in that regard. Like, if you're provided a service, especially at any type of place, and that is excellent service, good service, then it should be a tip. Even if you don't have the best service, I understand in like a restaurant type of gratuity is a thing. I feel like you should add gratuity. But like, as far as like me being in a restaurant or like a store or whatever, I'm not just tipping. If you just turning the pad to me, or you just asking me to put my card and insert my card, why am I tipping? Like, I had somebody recently look at me funny because I was just at one of the like a fast food chain or whatever, and was asked for the tip, and I was just like signing off, just whatever, and they were looking at me funny. I'm just like, bro, you ain't provided service. You just rung me up. You didn't even like go through the process of like ordering my food and under like things of that nature. And I would say, for example, like a place like Mezzo or like Chipotle, when somebody's doing a meal or whatever, and then you get to the person who's cashing you out. Like, why am I giving that person the tip? If anything, the tip should be going to the person who, actually made my meal. So I do feel like it's different aspects in regards to tipping. Y'all let me know, do y'all tip in every single situation, at every single store or restaurant? I do feel like if you provided a certain type of service, then you should tip. But if you just cashing me out and you didn't provide any type of service, and I feel like, at that point, what's the point? Also, recently, Ja Rule was in an interview, and he had something to say about him not being on, the top 50 rapper list. And I wholeheartedly agree with him in this regard. Like, I understand the beef that we had with 50 and how a lot of people view Ja Rule, but don't get it twisted. Ja Rule had the 2000s on Smash. Like, hit after hit, and wrote a lot of hits as well too. You can say his discography as far as like albums may not be the best, but we have a lot of artists or rappers that we have critically proclaimed in the top 50 that don't have hit songs like Ja Rule. Didn't write hit songs like Ja Rule. So I do feel like Ja Rule gets a lot of slack, but in reality, this man does have a lot of hits. I do feel like he should be in that top 50 rappers. I can't name 50 rappers better than Ja Rule, especially for what he did and how he really elevated hip hop at a certain time. Like him and Nelly elevated hip hop at a certain time in the 2000s with a different type of sound. You know what I'm saying? With a different type of sound. Even though they were rapping, they added kind of like a R&B melody to their music as well. Like Nelly with Country Grammar, like Ja Rule with all the hits that he's had. You know, writing hits for so many different type of artists as well too. So I do feel like he deserves to be in that top 50 rappers list. I can't name 50 other rappers better than Ja Rule. Like let's keep it real. Let's keep it all the way a stack with that one. Hey, I'm looking to get sponsored by FanDuel soon because look here. I've been putting some picks in. All right, I'm trying to cash out this weekend on them picks as well too. All right. Like I told you, I got money line. All right, for my playoff predictions in this divisional round this weekend, I got money line the Ravens versus Texans. I got money line on the Ravens versus Texans, so I got money line on Ravens. I got my money line on Detroit versus the Bucks. I got my money line on 49ers versus the Packers, and I got my money line on Bills versus the Chiefs. I feel like this is the year that Josh Allen finally gets over the hump as far as the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been, they've been having a down year, but Patrick Mahomes, it's Patrick Mahomes, so you can never doubt them. You never doubt Travis Kelce and what they're doing. They still got to this point with having a lackluster year. But I do feel like Josh Allen gets it done. I want Lamar to get this championship because during the summer, as I spoke about previously before, during the summer, people overlook Lamar like, oh yeah, we don't want him on our team. He's injury prone, this and that, and the third. And I still don't feel like he was paid what he was deserved because he didn't get the guarantee money that I think he should have been getting. And now he's just showing proof. He's showing proof that he is the truth. And can't wait to see this game. I feel like the Texans and the Ravens game will be the best game this weekend. The Bills and Chiefs too as well. But I feel like Ravens and the Texans, C.J. Stroud, and what he's doing this year as a rookie is just simply amazing. I just don't feel like they have enough to beat the Ravens. I feel like this is the Ravens' year. They have the most complete team, in my opinion, alongside with the 49ers. So we shall see how that goes. I just wanted to put my picks in. Hey, the Faison View Podcast, man, I just want to thank you guys for continuing to support me along my journey, man. I'm going to start streaming more. That's one thing I want to do, especially this year. I want to start streaming more and getting more consistent with that. Going live more, having more conversations. Also bringing people to the conversation. I'm gonna have a lot of my friends on the panel moving forward. So that's something I look forward to as well, man. Like I said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to Faison View Podcast, man. Episode 367. Much love. We out of here. Yes, sir.